Well, good afternoon. Hey, Facebook family. What's going on, my YouTubers? How y'all doing? It's your girl, Bella Biz, and I'm back. Bella Biz Unplugged is back, ready to rock. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday afternoon, May 20th, 2021. It's about 6:01 p.m. I got something really, really special tonight. I'm going to go into the bios so everybody continue fixing your dinner, have your dinner, for those getting off work. If you want to jot down some notes, please do. But without further ado, let's get right into our segment, okay? First person I'm going to talk about is the man of the hour, Mason Wright. At 14 years old, Mason Wright has become a restaurant owner and is setting his sights on the future franchise. We're going to talk to Mason, but I do want to front a little bit. Mason is the first 14-year-old restaurant owner in the state of Georgia, and that is a big deal, people, all right? Mason says, I want to have restaurants all over the place like McDonald's. That's who he told Good Morning America. With the help of Mason's family, the eighth grader entrepreneur opened Mason Super Dogs in Stonecrest, Georgia. For those of you who are in Georgia, know what that is. In October, the restaurant specializes in creative hot dogs and vegan hot dogs, which are plant-based, and were named one of the best vegan hot dogs in the country by PETA, P-E-T-A. He'll talk more about that too. It's been Mason's dream to have a brick and mortar restaurant ever since he started his hot dog food cart in 2017. At that time, Mason was hunting for a job. Okay, for y'all out there, okay? 14, he's looking for a job then. This is a couple years ago. Stay with me, all right? He was looking for a job and he wanted to spend some money, but he said he was going to turn it away because he was too young. Every time he went to the grocery store, he asked for a job. Every time, guys. Got to give him heart for that. And they all said no. He's too young. I mean, come on, right? That's when he started thinking and telling himself, you know what? I can be my own boss. Yes, I can. Instead of working for someone else and giving them money. All right. So that's all I'm going to talk about Mason. I have another celebrity star guest tonight as well. And you'll understand the story. So you got to stay with me, people. We also have the infamous Miss Colette Haywood. Colette Haywood is an author. She's a veteran, a businesswoman, and a community leader with over 20 plus years of combined professional and volunteer experiences serving charitable and educational institutions throughout the nonprofit administration. Grant writing, she does consulting, communication, program management, and so much more. After years of volunteering, okay, we're going to talk about that volunteering, right? She spent many years volunteering in her services in order to complement these experiences with her professional competence. So now she's pursuing a degree in organizational management and leadership style. And I'm letting y'all know right now, Colette ain't going nowhere because Bella needs her. So without further ado, I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm glad to be back. I was out for a minute, but you all, I got a good one tonight. I'm going to introduce Mason Wright. He's going to talk about himself. You guys feel free to ask questions, and then we're going to get into Colette and see what the relationship is going on here. I do want to make one disclaimer before I start on with Mason. We originally had Jay Bailey, and a lot of you know who Jay Bailey is, and certainly Mason knows. He's one of Mason's mentors, but unfortunately he had an emergency, and he wanted me to let everybody know he's absolutely apologetic in him not being here, but he promised to be back soon, all right? So you guys, without further ado, come on in the room, Mason. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mason. Thank you so much, first of all, for coming. I really appreciate that. All right. What I want to do, Mason, is get your beautiful face up here so people can really see you. And I want you to tell the audience, like, what's going on, man? Just talk to them. Tell them who you are and what you all about, man.
So, hello, my name is Mason, as you all know. And when I was 9 years old, I had a love for science, and I would get these science kits, and they were about robotics. And the level that I was building these kits was around $300 to $200, and the ones that I wanted were huge, and the price just kept going up. So my mom said, if you want your science kits, you're gonna have to pay for them yourself. I'm not buying them no more. Um, get a job and pay for it yourself. I said, okay. Every time went to the grocery store, I said, can I just bag the bags or, take inventory? They said no, as you all know, and I realized I can be my own businessman, so I started doing odd jobs around my neighborhood, like walking dogs, washing cars, and mowing lawns. And after doing those odd jobs, I realized very quickly, especially with walking dogs, that those jobs just weren't for me. For one, snakes in Georgia, forgot about that too. Dogs, when you have three of them, they see a squirrel and they run after it. I'm only one child. I was very small at the time. I probably should not have been walking three German shepherds. I probably should not have done that. But when I went on a trip to New York City with my sister, I went to Times Square and all I saw was hot dog carts and superheroes. So I wanted to try a famous New York hot dog. And as I was standing in this really long line, thinking to myself, what if I brought this business concept back to Atlanta? I would probably make a lot of money. So I did just that. I took all the money that I had left from my trip and I bought myself a little electric hot dog cart. It can only do 12 hot dogs at a time, though. But when my birthday came, my grandfather gave me the money for a New York style hot dog cart that you would see like in the comic books on TV. Yeah, it was that big of a cart after all the money I saved from doing like birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, community service for like parks, Juneteenth, and all those events. Then after the pandemic hit, instead of getting a food truck as a business, we had to pivot. So on my 14th birthday, my sister said, hey, for your birthday, I'm going to go get you some Chick-fil-A. I said, great. Can I have a spicy chicken sandwich and one milkshake? As we're going down the street in our Uber, she makes the Uber turn into this parking lot where there's this building. I say, Mary, this isn't Chick-fil-A. She says, no, I lied, but this is your business. I know you want it, so I got you. And I said, thank you very much. I still want the Chick-fil-A, though.
You go, Mason. Did you get the Chick-fil-A the same night, Mason?
No, I got it the following month.
Well, did you make Mary Pat a job? Did you make her a hot dog or what, man?
Oh no, I had to wait the whole month for a Chick-fil-A, and she made me pay for the Chick-fil-A. So after, opening the restaurant, I didn't think that many people were going to be there. It was really cool. After really perfecting Mason Super Dogs, getting everything flowing right with the business, we are looking to open up another spot very soon. And I was looking into helping other entrepreneurs with their own businesses, and I will take it to Auntie Colette. That's right here.
Well, that's a nice segue. Thank you, Mason. That's just the intro. So, Auntie Colette, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and the connection with Mason? Because people are just, I'm telling you, they're just like blowing me up right here with these comments. They just can't believe Mason is 14 doing his thing.
Gosh, I met Kathy and Mary Pat. I don't think Mason was there. Maybe about 12 or 15 years ago at the Porter Sanford Performing Arts Center. They had a kids conference, and Mary Pat was speaking, and my daughter were speaking. So they were some of the, even though it was a youth conference, they were some of the only kids on the panel at the time. I think Mary Pat was like 11 or 12, and my daughter was, she may have been 15 or 16. So of course we could connect it, Kathy and I, because they were the only kids. They kind of gravitated towards each other. So Charlotte has been like a big sister to Mary Pat because she's the oldest girl. And every time, at the time, Charlotte had a show like yours. It was Three Girls and a Mic. She had a podcast. So when Mary was doing different issues, she would come on to the show with Charlotte. And Mason was just, a, gosh, you weren't even in school then. He was just, I hate to say just a little kid, but he was. And um, when he started with the hot dog cart, at the time I was volunteering as the youth chair for the Vine City youth committee for the Vine City Civic Association. And you hear a lot of things going on the west side. It's rapidly gentrifying. And of course we got the stadium. You got all these things happening. But for long-term residents, it's like there's all this programming from 8 to 5, and then at 6, it's all gone. It's the people who live here and deal with all the problems. So we wanted to do something for the kids at night. Like, it's great that y'all have give away candy during the day, but we need our kids safe on the street at night. And that's when Mason, do you remember when you I think you had an Elmo costume?
Yes, I do remember it.
I think that was it. And we had a lot of we Mason must have fed about maybe 100 people that day for his
Wow.
first outdoor event. And just ever since then, like he skipped some. Well, he didn't get into detail. Like when he was on the campus of Morehouse, every what days were you there? For about 4 years, he was on the
I
campus.
was only on Miles campus for Wednesdays.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to peel back. So stop right there, Colette. I got so many people blowing me up. Mason, this is really focused around you. You know that. You know you and I talk. So I'm going to just throw up one. There's a lot of young people, your colleagues watching. And this is a very dear friend of mine out of Baltimore, Maryland, Annette. She's saying, this is wonderful. I have grandkids watching too. They're all around Mason's age. So Mason, let's get into that. They don't know what Colette and I know a lot about you, right? I want you to wheel it on back. We got plenty of time because I really want you to be engaged and focus on your sector, your young people. Like, this is not phenomenal. This is exceptionally phenomenal. Where's your heart? What led you to do what you're doing? You know, I know your story, Mason, but I want you to talk clear, plain to a lot of the kids. There's a lot of kids out there watching right now. They want to know, man, you 14 and you already got it going on. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, so when I came back from my trip and I was doing a lot of birthday parties and things of that nature, I went to Morehouse campus to try for the Shark Tank because my sister was in college and she told me about it, so I tried it. So when I went there, I was literally the only kid entrepreneur in the room, so I got really nervous and I was like really stumbling over all of my words, what I was trying to say. So all the sharks in the Shark Tank said, "You may leave now, and we'll get to you when we can." I then said, "Okay." I left. I went outside into the bookstore. I believe it was a water. I was trying to buy a water from Morehouse campus, and I saw the president of Morehouse just standing right there. And my Morehouse brothers told me, like, "That's our president of Morehouse." I said, "Oh, cool. I'm going to tell him my business pitch." So I told him my business pitch as he was walking towards his office. And when I was telling him my business pitch, he said, "Sounds really good. Just as long as you have all A's on your report card, you can sell on the campus every other day." I said, "Perfect." So after I got my giant cart, I took it to the campus every Wednesday. We sold it there. Then the pandemic hit, and I knew students weren't going to really be there. So that's when we got the restaurant. Had to go pay for Chick-fil-A. Still wish my sister would have did that. But it's all good now.
Mason. So listen, Mason, I can't give all the tea because I know your whole family, right? But what I want you to speak to these young folks, your age, your group, right?
Mhm.
And it's like they're probably saying, I mean, God darn, some of them like, I don't think I ever thought about entrepreneurship, let alone know what the word is, because we are articulate and intelligent, right? What's driving you? Like when you a couple years ago, and you were how old when you did the short take? Let me start with that. You were how old?
I was 12.
And how old are you today?
I am 15. I just turned 15.
And I'm saying 14. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Mason, let's go back. So my question, if I was your age range, like most kids go to school, they do little after school things, right? Like, hey, I'm dating myself. We used to have paper routes. We used to sell lemonade at the pop stands, right? Like today, we're talking 20s and 20s. What are kids doing now? And I guess my question, let me go slow, Mason. What is motivating you, man? Like, what is driving you to be more than average?
What drives me to be more than average is my mom. She plays these morning motivational speeches on the giant subwoofer my dad gave her. And after me and my sister hiding it multiple times, she still found it. And she bought another one after we hid it very well. And it is a giant subwoofer that is the size of my head. And she plays morning motivational speeches every morning. And she makes us write on our mirrors what our goals are. And the more you cross off your goals, the more goals you put down. And we also have dream jars. So, like, if I have a business idea I want to do, but I can't really do it at the current moment, she says write it down, put it in the dream jar. I don't have my dream jar now because it broke. Yes, there was a lot of dreams in it. Yes, I probably should have used paper instead of giant cardboard flashcards. But nonetheless, it was really cool jar. I really do think everyone should have a dream jar, and that's what really drives me most of my days.
I love it. So Mason, I'm
Well,
looking at go ahead, Colette. You want to interject?
oh, I was gonna say Mason likes money. He,
Yeah.
you know, you
And
like money.
another thing,
Every like
counting the money. Counting the
Oh,
money
yeah,
is one of the other
not
things.
every time you go somewhere, Mason, he's very analytical about it, right? Like he's looking at things to see how he can improve this business, if he can start that business. Like he believes in serial entrepreneurship, and he's always
It's a great
counting
idea because you can
his
have so many
money.
types of
And
cereal. And
that,
you can make
like,
them
when
and
it
sell
comes
them.
to, I've never seen a kid like this. Like when it comes to branding or something like that, like he can be somewhere and he'll be upset if he doesn't have a business card, or if he wanted to pack like some t-shirts to sell and he didn't bring them, he will get very upset. And he, now he's teaching other kids to do the same thing, and he's like a little drill sergeant when it comes to branding and sending them like the same way his mom does him. That's what he does with the kids that are involved in the business fair. Like, make sure you have your branding, do this, I want to see your videos, what's your elevator pitch. And but the good thing is that he takes it, he believes in constructive criticism, but you, like, for 15 to see him behind the scenes telling other kids what to do is like, oh wow.
Right. So with that said, Colette, thank you so much. I'm going to, everybody knows how I roll, Mason, and I peel back the onion. So it's a couple of things that Colette said, and you said I'm gonna slow it down for some people who might not understand our entrepreneurship jargon, right? So Mason, I want you to break down to your peers what is an entrepreneur, what is a serial entrepreneur, and what would Colette said, what is a pitch, elevator pitch? You and I and Colette know that, but I want you to break it down for those young people looking because they might want to do the same.
So, what an entrepreneur is basically someone that works for themselves and tries to improve on their own business instead of working for somebody else. And what what I like to think of when I think of entrepreneurs, think
And he'll come back. You guys know this is the pandemic. Nothing is perfect. We're going to keep it rolling. Mason going to get it together because y'all know we're live.
Right.
He'll come
Right.
back. Trust me. But you guys keep I cannot keep up. They're rolling so fast. I really want to slow down. And as Mason gets back on with us live,
but I'm back.
he's coming. All right, Mason. We know we got, the show must go on, Mason. Let's see your beautiful face, and we got you twice. So
let's try this camera out. Come on, just get my camera. On camera, please. Okay.
We a lot of time today. Y'all just keep on rolling with us.
All right, so I gotta invest into a camera, so gotta do that this weekend. So basically, an entrepreneur is a person that works for themselves, that improves on their own business, and doesn't work for anybody, that hires people and expands their overall business. And a 30-second elevator pitch is you tell somebody on the fly what you do in 30 seconds. You cram your entire business into 30 seconds. It seems difficult. It is when you're first doing it, but after you really nail it down, you rehearse it and you practice it, it becomes so much easier.
I know. It's like practice makes perfect, Mason. I love it. And Mason, how long have you been an entrepreneur?
I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 9, because when I was in public school, we didn't have vending machines. So what I got the great idea to do is my mom would usually come pick me up. So when you would be in these long hallways, and in my class, it was in one hallway. And I knew everybody in this hallway. So I brought my backpack right before everybody left. I would stand on the stairway when you would go out and down the steps, and I would just pass out candy, and they would give me $1 for each piece. And that's how I kind of did entrepreneurship. My teacher did tell me to stop. She did not like what I was doing. I did stop. I was left with 3 gigantic boxes of candy. I may still have them. I don't know what to do with them.
Now, Mason, why did your teacher tell you to stop?
You see, what kids were doing was when we didn't really want lunch, like the lunches we were having, we would just wait and not eat the lunch and go get something out of the vending machine. But the vending machine got taken away because so many kids were doing it.
Right.
So now I saw it as a business opportunity, because now I'm a businessman, as a opportunity to make some money. I was 9 years old. I was trying to make some cash, and buy me some bubble gum, and some more candy to sell to these kids.
I know.
And I did it on the playground too. That's probably how that's actually how I got caught. Someone left trash all over the playground every time.
Yeah,
that was cool. All the trash. But I did stop doing it. Kids, listen to your parents and your adults and your teachers.
Thank you for saying that, Mason. And I'm telling you all, as Mason's trying to finagle, because I love Mason. Mason knows the show must go on regardless. Now, I want y'all to see the drive and the tenacity. And he doesn't stop. He keeps it moving. We all have that mechanism inside of us. Mason's just tapping into it. Mason, I got so many announcements coming in, but I've got one from Dr. C. She's one of my, actually we're in partnership together. And She is saying to you, Mason, I love seeing such a bright and brilliant business mind. Mr. Wright, you are awesome to watch and very inspiring. So I'm telling you, Mason, let's keep it rolling. You are the man. Let's get back into last year before the pandemic, because this topic was talking about, right, doing business during the pandemic in 2021. And I've already apologized for the latecomers that Jay Bailey couldn't be here. He had an emergency. So you and Mason, of course, you know, Mason, you and Jay Bailey have a thing going on. He has an awesome program, Save Atlanta. Let's kind of talk a little bit, segue into you and Miss Colette, because I really want to talk about how you honed in before the pandemic, right? Before March 2020 and right now. Because, you know, I've been to your place, had the hot dogs, want some more. So let's kind of talk about Mary Pat, bring her back in, you know, the whole surprise. You have a brick and mortar. Let's just talk a little bit about that and how you're doing your business in 2021 during the pandemic.
All right, so hello, my name is Mason. As you all know, I started my business when I was 9 years old after a trip to New York City. Before I took the trip, I wanted to have science kits. And these science kits were robotics, and I really, really, really like robotics kits. They're my favorite thing in the world. When I was doing these robotics kits, I was flying through them so fast. I wanted more difficult science kits, so my mom bought me these science kits. And she was saying, these science kits are getting too expensive. If you want another one, you're going to have to buy it yourself. I'm not spending any more money. I said, okay, Mom, I got it. I then went to every grocery store we went to. Every single time I would ask for a job. Could I bag the bags? Could I do something to earn some cash for some science kits? Every time they kept telling me, no, you're too young. No, you're too young. I'm saying, okay, I can be my own businessman. And so that's when I started doing odd jobs around my neighborhood. Like walking dogs, washing cars, and mowing lawns. Now, I will say this. I was good at washing cars. I just didn't realize that people in my neighborhood like to go throw their cars in mud, like trenched on mud. It's hard to scrub off. And I forgot, in Atlanta, we have snakes everywhere. So if I'm just trying to mow someone's lawn, I got 2 copperhead snakes behind me. Another thing what I had to figure out.
Right.
Don't walk 2 German Shepherds and 1 miniature Chihuahua at the same time, because if they see a squirrel or a cat, you will get pulled on the floor and then dragged halfway through the neighborhood, and then you're going to have to call your parent to try to help you and to feed the dog peanut butter so they'd stop. I hope no one actually finds that video on YouTube.
They may, but whatever. Listen, Jason, let me interject for a second. I got a lot of your fans. You got some new fans, but I want to say a disclaimer. I don't know where Kathy is. I know you're home. I want you to keep working on, because we want to see your beautiful face. But I have to stop right now during this segment, Colette, and really say hats off to Mason's mom and dad. I don't know Dad as much as I know Mom, but I'm going to give a screaming shout out to Mary Nesbitt, because people don't know what we know, Colette and Mason. It's a phenomenal family, and I'm getting ready to show a comment and read it to you, Mason. It really starts from home. You know, people say the apple doesn't fall from the tree. I really hate that cliche, but I'm saying that to say Mason has seen his parents' support and love and the most of the things that he talked about, dreamed about, and thought about. And he has a trailblazing sister-in-law as well, Mary Pat Hector, who many of you know. And he just watched this beautiful relationship unfold. Now, he had a choice to make it happen or not, but it certainly helped having good role models. I say good role models a different way. So Mason, someone said Mason has learned at an early age how to deploy your gifts instead of being employed. This is what it really means to train up a child in the way he or she should go. It's absolutely right, Annette. Thank you for that comment. Mason, you have another comment from a young person your age. that says, Mason, I want to learn more. I am 11 and I want to be an animator. Do you have any advice for me? How can I learn more about you, Mason?
So, if you want to know more about me, I would suggest going to my website at masonsuperdogs.com. That's MASON. Wait, I just typed it in the chat. Never mind.
Say it one more time, Mason, your website.
So my website is MASON space. Like it's Mason Superdogs at masonsuperdogs.com. So it's literally my name, MASONSSUPERDOGS. And I'm putting it in the chat as well.
Awesome. They can't see the chat, but I'm going to put it out here. Mason, as you're still working on, because we want to see you, Mason, because I really had this whole spiel for you. I wanted you to show them your menu. I wanted them to see your logo. We're going to get there, Mason, so we're going to keep on.
I think I can do that.
Okay, because I really want them to see you. Now, Mason, we're going to talk a little bit, and Colette's involved with this project of yours. I know about it because we're in Atlanta, right? You got a little something going on where you're like, I want to help people like, I can't pronounce his name, so forgive me. The young person that's 11 said they wanted to know more about you. So, Mason, what are you doing to help people your age? Because we know we got a big project going on with you.
So what I like to do is I get 10 entrepreneurs and I mentor them and I get their business up and running until they can do it on their own when they're, of age. With our program, we like to let our dear business owners go and be on their own at least when they're 10 years old. And after they get their business set up, their business plan, their motto, their elevator pitch, what their target market is, where they see themselves in 3 years, what their business is going to look like, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And what the program is, it helps you learn things about marketing, self-confidence, how to put yourself out there, branding, and how to get your business out there and how to grow your business. When you come to our program, the first thing is, what is your business?
Mm-hmm.
After you know, like if you're doing like rubber band bracelets or if you're animating. Now, with animating, that type of industry, it's like almost as good as art. It's like stop motion. If you're doing stop motion animation, you got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just doing like drawings of the animation, I can understand that. That's more of the art industry. But yeah, typical animations are pretty cool in the target market, I would say. If you're doing like certain drawings, I would say post them on social media.
Mason, you still with us? She said post them on social media. Okay, he's getting it together. Mason,
He
you're back?
did. That's what he said. Posted on social media. I think it's pretty cool that is it Nair?
Yes.
I'm like you. I mispronounced the name. That
Yes.
he already has his own channel. That's a great start. Like if you have your own channel or characters, that's really cool. That's really cool because Mason has some things in the works. He hasn't mentioned that. His whole brand is superheroes.
Great. So as Mason's coming
Here.
on, we're going to keep the show rolling. And Colette, you can fill in because, we don't stop. Mason's going to get back on. He's going to get back on camera. We're going to keep it moving. But our young person said it's in ear. I love that. In our ear.
In our ear.
In our ear. I love that. we want to say NRA, we are like, I'm applauding you. Bella is applauding you. I might need to have you on my show. Okay, because to have a channel already is super, super duper awesome, right? So Colette, as Mason's trying to get back into the groove with the Wi-Fi, talk a little bit about that program he's talking about. Because I know you're working closely with him and Mom and the whole group, right?
Oh, it's a business fair, and actually, uh, Mason is training other people. He went through the Herman Russell's Center for Entrepreneurship and took the classes, and he's training other young people to do the same thing. What Mason didn't mention is that he's homeschooled. So um, I don't want to had the time, but that, his schedule is different for most people. So he had the time during the day to be able to attend those classes and things, whereas a person who's going to traditional school may not have that time. And he was the only kid in his class. So he's offering the same opportunity to other young people. And he actually located funding sources so that the people that come through his program, if they meet certain targets, they'll get funded for their business idea. Um, so that was really excited. And we're having the business fair at Mason's location this Sunday. So if you really, if you're local, it would be great to come out. And then Mason is pretty good with responding to people on his Facebook page. And that idea came about because as more and more kids find out what Mason is doing, they always ask, well, how do I get started? So part of giving back is making sure that other kids have the same opportunity. And Mason just got back from Africa,
For his birthday,
maybe a
yeah, a month ago.
yeah, yes. And see, I mean, he could tell it better than I can, but that was a life altering experience for him in terms like if you thought he was an entrepreneur before he went to Africa, just understanding bartering or seeing how whole entire families had businesses and everything was black owned, like especially with Mary Pat being his sister and Kathy, that really exploded his mind. Like, okay, I've got to do more as much as he already does. I don't know, Mason. Did you hear what I was saying?
No, my Wi-Fi crashed. Somebody tripped over the cord. It's back
Okay.
now.
Let's get that video, man. I want to see that face, and I know what you look like, but a lot of people want to see what you look like as you're getting this together. I'm going to keep telling the story, so we got time, Mason. I want you to get that camera rolling. So what Colette was saying is, what I was going to end the show with, we know we got a big project coming up this Sunday, and this is going to be for the local adults, young adults, and kids to come help support Mason. Mason, I kind of want you to give your location because and the time, because I do want us to be gangbusters and just overflow that parking lot because I know I'm gonna be there with bells on. So can you talk a little bit about the date, the time, the location, and what you're doing this Sunday for the local folks?
So for this Sunday, we're having our second KBF. The kids business fair. The kids business fair will be located at 3275 Snapfinger Road in the Creekview Plaza and on Suite H where my building is. And it's gonna be amazing. We think our kids are even better than before. I know the kids have been practicing, they've been working their butts off, and I'm really happy with how things are turning out for them. And their business mottos and their business plans and their pitches, I know they're remembering their pitches has been tough for some of them, but they're getting better at it every day.
I love it. And Mason, I know this is going to be pre-recorded. We got hundreds of people watching it right now, but the recording, I know there's power in it. So tell people the simple way, probably your Facebook page, right? How they won't remember tonight. They may forget. They want to find out that information. Can they go to your Facebook page?
They can go to my Facebook page at Mason Superdogs, and it is the same name for my Instagram as well.
Mason Superdogs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So Mason, we got a couple of people. I mean, we've got your peer here. Nair, please. I'm sorry, I don't mean to botch your name up, but you got a lot of fans out here, and your friend is saying, I was offering this young person to do a show, but they say they really want to learn how to grow, how they can grow, and they're interested in homeschooling too. And I want you all to know, like Colette was saying, Mason is special, like we all can be special because he is homeschooled and that makes a difference. His schedule is different, as Colette said, but that's not to negate any of the students going to school during the regular school hours. You can be and do whatever you want to do. Trust me on that. Macy, got a lot of people coming in. I got Dr. Hubbard, who I've had on the show many times. She's giving you kudos, Mason. Good evening, Linda. Dr. Priscilla Hubbard here. She's proud of you, Mason. You are an inspiration to other young people making an impact toward greatness. And I am telling you, Mason, Miss Colette, and I didn't even want to go there. She was trying to tell a little bit about your experience. Can you just talk a little bit about your 15th birthday? I know you went to Africa, how you had that alternate experience where you are today.
So when I went to Ghana, when I got there, I noticed this one thing everywhere we went. They can sell you pretty much anything. They can even clean your car on the side of the road. Like you could, if you're thirsty, you could drive like 4 minutes away and you can get yourself an entire fridge full of drinks. Or if you want some furniture, just drive 5 minutes away. You can get yourself some furniture on the side of the road. It's a great place. I do recommend everyone go. Bring a thermos with you because it does get hot there.
Right.
Stay hydrated.
And I don't know, was that your first time going to Africa over to Ghana? Mason, you've been before.
That was my first time out of the country.
So I know we talked a little bit. I know Mary Pat. I know we've all been. I'm actually can't wait. I'm going in October. I'm going to Tanzania. But what I want to know from you, Mason, what was the altering experience? What you saw over there? I mean, I know people are in poverty, and I know it's a lot of entrepreneurs over there. What did you see over in Ghana that you came back burning to the States saying, I got to do this thing for my peers? What did you see?
What I saw in Ghana was even the kids were selling things without without their parents. Their parents would just let them go sell and make their own money and not take their money. That's what was really inspiring to me. It really made me happy when I went.
Yeah, did you say not take their money?
Yes. A few times.
I told you he's motivated by money.
Cousin or a big brother. I did see a big brother or two when I was there. Take some money from his little brother. I did see that. I did see that. That's why I did see that.
Well, you know, we're going to assume, Mason, your mom, Mary, Kathy, the adults, they're taking the money to help you, either put it in an account or help you to save, right? They're not taking it, right, Mason?
Oh, no. My sister and my mom, they take me to the bank because I can't drive yet. I'm still working on that.
Right.
But yeah, they take me to the bank and they show me how to deposit money, and every day, every month to every other day, all the money that the business makes, it goes into the business account, and then the rest of the money goes towards the rent and the employees.
Well, Mason, we're going to spend we got about less than 15 minutes to go on the show, but I want you to talk about your menu. This is the fun part, because I've got a lot of people saying, hey, Bella, I haven't gotten a hot dog yet. I'm like, well, me and Ashley did. It was good. So can you talk about your menu, what's on it, kind of like your price range? for the people who are local, and do you just serve the people here in Atlanta?
We don't just serve people in Atlanta. We do serve at we do still do mobile events. Like if you need us to do a birthday party in Georgia, we will go outside of Atlanta and do so. It just may take a little bit of time. So, just gotta figure out the scheduling of it, and then we will be there.
Okay.
And we do birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. That's not my department.
Hmm.
That is my aunt's department, Auntie Pat.
Okay.
I think I have her phone number for everyone.
Do you have so I don't want you to give out what you shouldn't give out. Do you have like a number, an office number, or just do we?
Yes, I do have the office number. So the office number is, everyone get a pen and paper. It's the entire business phone number.
Yes.
6 7 8 5 0 8 40 86.
One more time.
6 7 8 5 0 8 4086.
Thank you. So Mason, let's talk about what's on your menu, because it took me about 5 minutes to figure out which hot dog I wanted. So you got a lot on your menu, man.
So what we have on the menu is I'm going to go most popular to least popular. We have the Incredible Dog, which is a Philly cheesesteak hot dog with jalapeno peppers and mozzarella cheese. And then we have our Super Dog, which is onions, chili, and cheese. And we also have the Donatello Dog, which is one of the very first hot dogs we ever added to our menu. It's a pizza hot dog, so it's pepperonis, mozzarella cheese, and then pizza sauce. Another hot dog we have is the Venus Dog. That's the award. That's number 5 in the nation. PETA award number 5 awarded us number 5 vegan hot dog in the whole entire nation, and that was when I was on Morehouse campus. I didn't know that PETA gave me an award. They emailed me. Me and my mom thought we didn't know if it was real or not. So we called my sister because she wasn't living with us at the current moment, and she was like, "Yeah, they are hosting a contest at the moment," and she said, "Is it real?" We didn't know, so we just left the email alone. We didn't respond. 2 months later, I got an award. I was like, "Okay, it was real."
Yeah,
that's really cool. I'm really happy about it. So that's when I got an idea to do more vegan hot dogs. So the Venus Dog is just lettuce, tomatoes, chile sauce, and onions. And our special vegan hot dog that we make, it's cooked carrots, rolled oats, and chickpeas.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm not vegan, but I know Ashley got the vegan. I got the super work. I call it the super dog mix. I got the everything on it, and it was good. And of course, you sell sides, chips, sodas, things of that nature. I know. I just focus on a hot dog. So Mason, we got about 5 minutes, and I'm looking at got a lot of people coming up here wanting to say some nice things about you. I want you to slow down. We got time. I'm sorry I cannot see your beautiful young face. So I wanted you to kind of show some of your, Mason Superdog. But I do know people can follow you on Facebook or on Instagram. For the local people who have not been there, please, I encourage you to come, visit, partake in the food. Mason actually is there. He's not just saying, he is physically there with a staff of aunties and moms and everybody there to help support him. It's a very cool place. And like he said, he's looking to move on to bigger pastures because it's not big enough because he's already maxed out where he is. And you've been there how long now, Mason?
I'd say 4 months.
Really? At all?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, Mason. So what I want to do, I want to go back to they're coming.
He has two new locations. You forgot that, Mason.
Oh my gosh, Mason. Come on, Mason.
Yeah. I won the lottery spot. We're actually still in the works of that, Auntie. Still trying to get all the carts together and get the right people to be in the carts for the 2 new locations we got from the Georgia Lottery for the spots in the city of Atlanta. So we're still looking to see what's gonna go in those spots.
I have one question for you, which I know the answer, but I want you to explain it because unfortunately, again, Jay Billy couldn't have been here. He was going to be awesome to talk about the segue of what you did for him. I want you all to tune in to what Mason's about to share because Mason went through an entrepreneurship program that Jay Bailey, who is the present CEO, runs in the city of Atlanta. And I'm sure they're probably, and I'm encouraging everyone who's not in Georgia to reach out to your local area to see if you have something similar to this model. But Mason, go back because Colette was telling them a little bit about what you did with the Russell Center.
So
And
with the Russell Center of Innovation, they taught me about marketing, branding, how to put my business out, how to grow my business, and how to expand my business at a certain rate to where I when eventually to have an end goal once you finish what you need to get your business up and running by itself. So your business, once you get to a certain point, should be able to run itself without you being there. I just like being there because it's my business. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like to make the hot dogs.
right.
And what I am still trying to learn is how to have my business run by itself, on itself, because I'm there. I'm just used to being there every day since the opening.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what they taught me, and in their curriculum, it's so helpful if you're starting a new business because there's a lot of things I needed to learn. Like I didn't know what marketing was, what branding was, how to build a business plan, how to get together the things I needed for a business.
Mhm.
I then learned it at the Russell Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurs.
Love it. Love it. And I know Jay is screaming because he was like, oh my God, tell my little guy, sorry I can't be there tonight. But we'll have both of you back with you being on camera. So in the last 5 minutes or so, Mason, it's all about you. I'm so glad that Colette came in to help support you. Mason has a lot of support, everyone. I want you to know that. But I want Mason in his own words, right? Because I will have him back. Trust me, you guys. You know, ain't nobody got nothing on Bella. We're going to bring Mason back because we've had so many challenges through the hour. But I will bring him back. So popular demand, he'll come back. Mason, speak to your constituents. Talk to your peers. Talk to all those young men and young women in your age group from 9 and up, where you gone, where you're coming from, where you're going, just to encourage, which I know I've seen you thousands of times talk to people on your level. So please take us out with the last 3 or 4 minutes. Mason is about where you're at, what you're doing, and just encourage some more people out there about what you're doing.
So, our brick and mortar is located at 3275 Snapfinger Road in the Creekview Plaza. We are open from 11 to 6, Tuesday to Saturday. Not Sunday, Tuesday to Saturday. We do work on the first day of the weekend. We are closed Monday and Sunday. I know y'all want me to open up on Sunday and Monday, but hey, I got to catch up on that schoolwork.
Yeah.
My mom's cracking down on schoolwork. School's almost over, so she's popping a pop quiz on me every 5 seconds. I got to be on my toes.
Right.
Especially with history.
So
History.
you're kind of fading out, but Mason, can you hear me? The last 2-3 minutes, I want you to, give your elevator speech to your peers. Be inspiring, like I know you are. What would you want to say to somebody that wants to get out there and do what you're doing?
Do it immediately. Just do it. Like the Nike brand. Don't wait. Just go ahead and do it. Just start. You're never too young to start an empire, and you're never too old to begin your dreams. Just go ahead and do it. It's very liberating once you just do it.
Did you want to share your latest accomplishment with NASA?
Yes.
I tried out for the NASA Culinary Hunch program. I couldn't go there to prepare the dish, so I had a top-tier chef. They had top-tier chefs make it for us, even though I wanted to make it myself, but I couldn't. That's okay, because I think it was pretty cool. Experience was awesome. If you ever get to try the NASA Hunch Culinary Program, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. I wish I could have won it. I could have won, but I was very close to winning.
He was not. He's being modest. He out of a group of hundreds, he was one of the 10 finalists. So he did get a scholarship. The winner's scholar. This is why he's mad. I told you it's the money. He didn't get the 50,000. But what'd you get, Mason? The 12?
Right.
I did get 12. Second place got 50,000. Okay. Now, so first place got a full ride. The top 10.
Yeah, but everybody else had a whole team. He had himself.
Yes. Now I will say one thing. If I went there, the dish would look different. I'm gonna leave it at that, because in the household that I currently right now, me and my mom have had debates about this. I could have won if I was there.
But you know what, Mason? Like Cola said, honey, you was in the house, Bubba, and you did take away some corn. So, I mean, that is a win-win. We're going to take that to the hill.
The other thing is, he was the only solo entrant. He competed against school teams. So it was solo Mason against a team of chefs. And he's being modest because there were specifications, because it was NASA. So it was food that you would be able to take into space. So there was a science that went into it. So he's being modest.
So Mason, before we roll out on Bella, you know you coming back, bro. You know you coming back. We're gonna come back strong now. We're gonna have Miss Colette back. We're gonna have Jay Bailey back. We're gonna really have a really better segment. Although this is awesome. Some of your fans are saying, Mason, you are very inspiring. Excellent work. You handle the technical difficulties like a pro. Keep inspiring everyone, and I do mean that, Mason. You keep on. A couple of your other friends are saying some really cool things about you. People who are not in Atlanta, not in Georgia. Oh well, we're gonna get there one day. Who knows? Mason may have franchises all over the world. I do not doubt that. But one of your admirers says they wish they were here able to buy a hot dog. Sadly, they're not here. But I don't know, Mason. We might take care of that the next year or two. Just don't be too surprised where you may ever see Mason. Trust me, this kid's always going places. We got another one coming up. Ashley saying, wow, so inspiring. Never too old, never too young. You're absolutely right, Ashley, on that one. I mean, they're coming in, Mason. They're coming in. Texas next. What about Texas, Mason?
I have an aunt that lives in Texas. She was helping me come up with my vegan hot dog recipe.
Mhm.
So I am thinking about Texas. It may, I'm not saying it will, it may be the first spot we branch out into other than Georgia.
All right.
Maybe.
Oh, we're gonna talk, Mason, because you know I'm from BMO. We're gonna have to do something in the Maryland, DC corridor. I'm gonna talk to Kathy about that one. But some folks are just wishing you well birthday. I mean, as we close out, oh my God, I mean, the time is never enough. Mason, I have to say, yes, you are truly a pro, like Bella Biz style. We keep the show going. Do we not, Colette? The show will always go
Yes,
on. So without further ado,
yes.
I want to thank the whole entire audience. I'm sorry I couldn't get to, it's hundreds of people pouring in, Mason. I mean, I gotta stay in the love, buddy, because they're coming in. They're coming in, Mason. I mean, you are truly the man, and people are giving you, young and old, rich and poor, so much support. June Haygood out there where you
Thank
are.
you, everybody.
Yep. Continue to follow your passion. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I always like my guests to leave a resounding nugget. I want you to leave something, and I'm going to close out with your voice, Mason. So you can say anything you want from your heart. Leave us all with something that we can think about. Let's do it, buddy.
I will leave you with one of my favorite quotes. If you teach a person to fish, they'll eat forever. But if you give somebody a fish, they'll eat for just that day.
That's a good yeah.
I love it. Y'all see where I'm going with, right? Mason keeps me on my toes. It is an honor to know this young man. I will definitely be there Sunday to get my hot dog. You best believe, Mason. I might try the vegan this time. I don't know. But I want to thank everyone for staying. Colette, I thank you so much. This has been a beautiful ride. You guys stay encouraged, stay safe. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us in the Bella Biz broadcasting. And for now,
Thank
everybody,
you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you for
opportunity.
having me.
so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you, everyone.